tell me about yourself. Where were you born and raised?
Seattle, Washington.
Who raised you?
My mother.
Tell me about your childhood. What was that like
Well,
growing
actually,
up?
my mother. My mother pretty much raised me, but when I was a young child, she had to stay with my grandmother on Beacon Hill, and then from there, once my mom got herself established with a full-time job, and then put some money down in the house, we went back. Me and my older sister, she was a year older, we went back to live with my mom.
Just the two of you?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And was Dad around in there?
No. I didn't meet him till later on when I was like 17.
Oh, we'll get there.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. Okay. And tell me about the environment, the energy. What was it like growing up?
It was growing up as a child. I want to say it was good. You know, it wasn't. I mean, I was kind of spoiled. You know what I'm saying? My mom kind of favored me over my sister. You know, I didn't notice it until later on, you know. But like all my uncles and aunts, you know, her siblings noticed it. And later on, I want to say she got with this guy named Clyde. Ended up being I'm gonna say fiance, long time boyfriend, whatever. But then she ended up pregnant, and then they ended up bringing my youngest sister into the world. And from that point, it was me and my older sister and baby sister, and my mom and her living in a house my mom had got. And he was abusive, and eventually I wasn't putting up with it no more. And so I'm gonna say about when I was about 15, I started to get real rebellious and put my foot down. And my mom was like, eventually he had to leave. It was either him or me.
So you stood up to this guy.
Yeah.
And your mom?
Yeah.
Wow.
And so she put him out.
How did that feel at 15? That she chose you over this guy?
I naturally knew that was gonna happen. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
You know, my mom pretty much. You know, we had a strong relationship, and you know, it's funny, but until he came, I want to say I had my own room. Like my sister had her room, my mom had her room, and I had my room. And there was also a room downstairs. But I must have slept with my mom in her bed till I was like 10 years old. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, so, source of comfort and love and affection.
But yeah, man, and then things started to change when I turned 16. Mom started using drugs. She was on crack.
And she had not dabbled before.
No. And then my older sister, who she was pretty fast. She was in the streets doing what she do, you know, prostitution or whatnot. And she started messing with stuff too. And so I'm seeing this, whatever, but you know, I'm kind of just like ignoring it. And, you know, my mind, I guess I was pretty much going off of hope that this blow by.
It'll run its course or something.
Something, you know, they're going through. You know, I never really said nothing. And then she decided to sell the house. And that's when shit got real. And because, you know, this is the house I grew up in, you know what I mean? It's all I knew. And, you know, like all my friends, you know what I mean? They were raised in apartments, or their mom or parents were renting a home, you know what I mean? And I was like the only one I knew where their mom had paid off a house. And meanwhile, she sold it. And,
so that came out of left field.
Yeah, it came out of left field, man. And we living in this apartment in Skyway, these new apartments, the Campbell Hills. And yeah, I mean, she tried to keep me, I want to say, just, you know, giving me money every day and bought me a car, bought me a Buick Skylark. So, you know, I got a car to leave every day, drive, pick up my friends.
And you're 16 years old.
Yeah, you know, and I got money every day, but I'm knowing that every day I come home, this is what's going on, you know. And my uncle-in-law, he's sneaking up over there, you know, but my auntie don't know that he's getting high, and you know, shit just got out of hand. And then
and at this time you're not partaking in anything?
No.
Gotcha.
Hell no. I come home one day, this is like right after we moved to these apartments, and my sister says that I had scolded my nephew. Oh yeah, 'cause my older sister had a child, Gregory, and she says that I scolded him too hard. She's high and she want to start fighting. Anyway, I'm loaded. You know, we have been drinking, but I'm just clowning. You know, I'm like, she can't hurt me. I'm not gonna punch her, but she stabbed me. I'm not realizing she stabbed me. And then I was happening. I don't know if you remember the Irish Spring commercial. The dude had on this white sweater, but that's the type of sweater I had on. And I looked down and it's like all red. And then my best friend Bill at the time, he grabbed me and pulled me outside. And he was holding me, whatnot. And short story short, ambulance showed up just in time because I was like on my last breath. You know, I just knew that this was it.
So she really got you good.
Yeah, so then they put that thing on me, luckily, and I was able to breathe some. And they got me in the ambulance and took me to the hospital. And when I woke up the next morning, I got these staples in my chest, hearing this thing going beep, beep, beep. I'm like, what the fuck? And the thing for the nurse to come. And like, yeah, man, you're a fighter, man. Blah, this and that. And I was like, yeah, I see I'm still alive. And I had tubes up the side, staples, tubes up my nose, whatnot.
You got that little mic. Just pinching on your shirt there. You can put it right here.
Right here?
Yep. And you wake up to the reality that your sister.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, the thing about it, I wasn't really mad at her. You know, detectives came to see me. You know, they came up there twice. I was like, man, I'm not saying nothing, man. I'm all right. You know, the best thing, I'm alive, and that's all I care about. And then finally they stopped coming up there. And my girlfriend would come up there to see me. My best friend Bill, who if he wasn't there, I would have died. And you know, my mom was panicking. And then she came into the hospital and had, what was it, $1,700 in her little wallet. And she's on the phone, she's at the phone booth calling somebody's family member more than likely. And she's high, bent up, and plus she's, you know, hysterical. She forgets it in the phone booth and never follows up to close the account or nothing. Meanwhile, whoever found it, they're milking the account. And
so you're saying she left her like a card?
Yeah, she had a wallet with the card in it.
The whole wallet,
you know,
gotcha.
all the stuff that one would need to milk someone's account.
Gotcha.
So that's when shit really starts to take a major turn. Now, we're staying at a friend's home, and then she gets us up at another apartment, the Lakeshore Village in Rainier Beach area, and Shit just, like I said, it was bad, man.
Tell me more.
Time's going on. I'm 17 now, living in Lakeshore Village. She's steadily getting high, and her sister's getting high. Rent ain't getting paid, so we get evicted again. Finally, I went to go stay with a family member, my uncle, Leroy.
So you were like, I need to leave this environment.
Yeah, because I'm tired of this, man, going from place to place. So, yeah, then when Mom had eventually got another place, I'm burying, I want to say, when I'm 19. And I'm done with it. I didn't graduate, you know, so I made it all the way to 11th grade. And, so now at this time, I'm working. Like my uncle was having it, and he said, "You gonna get a job." And so I had a job, and then I went back to stay with my mom. And let me see, let's say, man, about the time I turned 21, now I started dabbling in drugs, started smoking crack, well, marijuana. Well, I had been smoking marijuana, you know what I'm saying, from teenage years. But time I turned 21, you know, harsher street drug, crack. And at first it was just like, I was having fun with it. Now it's serious. You know, I got addiction. Yeah, man. Then mid-20s, mid-20s, I'm gonna say I started really getting into trouble. Or early 20s. Early 20s, I started getting in trouble. And then by the time I got in my late 20s, 27, I go to prison. And went to prison for felony possession of a firearm. And get out, still living a street life, you know, thinking that I can do this stuff and not get caught. Not reporting to my CCO because I'm smoking bud. Let me see. Then let's say
And you're living where at this time?
Well, live with my girlfriend.
Gotcha. Around in your 30s. Early
Yeah,
30s.
now I'm in my early 30s. I end up going to prison again.
And are these charges like the firearm related to your addiction?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna say the addiction played a part because I want to say if I didn't have the addiction, I more likely wouldn't have been doing the things I was doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? I would have buckled down and kept a job. You know what I mean? And settled down.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So you know, so I'm keeping a warrant with DOC and not reporting because I know I'm gonna give a dirty UA and I don't want to get locked up. But not. So. But now I'm in my early 30s, and me and a friend of mine, we went up in his house where this dude lived. This girl told us about, and we go do a robbery, and the girl I was involved with, she get caught up and she tells. And I want to say about 10 days later, I finally get caught. And then I go to prison and I do 9 years. Now I'm out. And I'm staying with my mom in the beginning. No, yeah, by this time my mom's clean. My mom been clean. She was clean while I was doing my 9 years.
She turned a corner.
Yeah.
Gotcha, interesting.
And so.
And this is from what age to what age? 9 years.
um, 33 to 42.
Yeah, it's a chunk of life.
Yeah, so
so you get out and go to your mom?
Yeah, go to my mom, and then you know, I would go back and forth to my mom's. You know what I'm saying? I would be staying in a motel or something, you know, paying a weekly rate, you know, hustling on the street. I got a job a couple of times through a staffing agency, and then this place down the way, the Every Spring Hotel. I was staying there. Then I was also got a job. They hired me to work behind the desk. I was getting paid under the table, and they had to close down. And let me see, bro. Yeah, let me see. I pretty much, my mom, she wasn't having it, the stuff I was doing, so she put me out. So that, I want to say, I started being homeless. Mom, let me see, 2012. No, I went homeless in 2012. Let me see, she put me out about 2014. So from 2014 till this is 2000.
25 now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me see. I was staying in a transitional spot for a year. So 25, 24. 14 to 2014 to 2000. I mean, yeah, 2022.
Yeah.
Let me see, because I went in a transitional spot. I was there for a year, and now I've been living in the apartment I live in through the organization, which is Reach, that I've been with.
Yeah.
And then they helped me get established. So a year, 2 years, so it's 25. So 2023 till now, I've been off the streets.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I don't know, just the stress of being on the streets. You know, I stopped using drugs and start again, start again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Go back and forth, and you know. But I knew that once I was able to get myself established, you know what I mean. You know, that'd take a lot of the stress away, and from you know, not knowing how long, you know, this is gonna last, or are they gonna run out of money?
Right.
You know, all this stuff played a part in my mind. Why a lot of people, they're just relaxed and they're just, you know, doing what they was doing before they got taken off the streets. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, you guys need to treat this as if you got to pay bills. You never know, man. Anything can happen. You always hear about one of these organizations running out of funding.
And that's it.
You know what I mean? So.
Well, let's see. So at your apartment now, are you saying you are out of that survival mode, or that still crosses your mind?
No, I'm still in that survival mode because, like I said, I'm not paying rent. The rent gets paid every month by, I guess it's Plymouth. That pays. I'm with Reach, but I guess Plymouth is.
It's getting paid somehow.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
But there's that. I'm afraid that's going to stop.
Yeah, exactly. So
any
you know what I mean. Every now and then I find myself looking for a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's always playing a part in the back of my mind.
Yeah,
I gotta get a job.
Plan B.
Once I could do that, I could start, you know what I'm saying, open up a bank account, put some money away. So if that does happen, you know what I'm saying, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got my back. You know, so yeah, man. So that's pretty much it, man. What my life is consisted of. You know.
You still talk to your mom?
My mom passed away. My mom passed away 2 years ago.
Oh, sorry.
And my older sister passed away a year prior to that. Yeah, so you know, I miss them a lot. You know what I mean? Yeah, because we were you know, all in all, we were real close.
Yeah.
You know, they passed away, so you know, it's just me and my little sister. Because you know, I really don't mess with neither does she. We don't mess around with my mom's side of the family, really. And so, like my little sister says, you need to stay in touch. She said, because it's just us, you know, we're all we got. So, you know,
But you did say at 17 you met your dad.
Yeah, and I've seen him times after that, because I messed with his youngest brother. We're 6 years apart. Tony, like me and him are like this. And then, you know, say my other uncles and whatnot, because of Tony, and I knew where my grandmother lived, his mom. You know, I would go by there and visit her. You know what I mean? So we would talk on the phone, or we would see each other like holidays. Because he lives in New Mexico.
Gotcha.
He'll show up to go see his mom and whatnot. And all the family members on my dad's side would be over there. And we're talking whatnot, but, you know.
You're not close.
Yeah, it's too late.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
yeah.
Some people say it's never too late, so I don't know.
I felt it was too late. Yeah. I felt like if he'd have been
enough.
involved in my life,
Yeah.
you know, who knows? You know, things could have turned out much different.
Yeah. Rory, did you say you had kids in there somewhere or no?
No, I didn't.
No kids, gotcha. One last question before we wrap up. Rory, is there anything that you'd want the people of Seattle to know?
Well, that for the most part, people aren't out here on these streets because they want to be. Circumstances, you know, put them in that situation, and you know, they may have been doing drugs prior to that, but it's not like they choose to keep going down that dark path. You know what I mean? For the most part, and you know, they want to get up out the streets, but they just don't know how to go about doing it. You know what I mean? And drugs, you know, the addiction, you know what I'm saying, blocks, you know what I'm saying, the intelligence of knowing how to navigate and find their way up out that dark hole, and, you know, and get to the light. But yeah, like I said, for the most part, nobody wants to be here. You know what I'm saying? Homeless. I mean, come on, man. I mean, like winter days, nobody wants to be on the streets. But yeah, I would want to know that, because, you know, the law, and then like your everyday citizen, they look at people like we chose this life. I don't think so.
Yeah.
You know, there's people that were married and had jobs, and because of divorce and whatnot, I met people like that ended up on the streets. You know, so.
Everyone's got a different story.
Yeah.
Rory, thanks for your time, man.
You're welcome.
It's good to hear your voice. Hey, hang in there, dude.
Yeah.
Hope you get out of this mess.